Where did you go, dude? And I was like, oh no.
No. Well, you put the countdown on so darn quick.
Well, you were Keith Oberman looking rough kind of put me off into a freaking put me into a tailspin, brother, and I couldn't. If we were going to continue down that road, it was going to be terrible. Going to be terrible. What's up today, brother?
We are on trade deadline Tuesday.
Oh gosh.
And things are heating up all over the place. You've got kind of some breaking news that you were just coming off of, was it 494 there? And you seen a vehicle pull into town. Whose was it?
Well, okay, maybe I saw it on X, but
no, you saw it on 494.
It's 494. It said Ben Roethlisberger is in Minnesota today for a visit with the Vikings.
He's got Big Ben on his license plates. That's how you knew.
That's how I knew. Yeah. And, it could be Halloween. It could have been somebody dressed up as him, but that's what they're saying. Ben Roethlisberger.
Wow.
No.
What?
No, dude.
We got a trade deadline at 2:00. Every year we get hyped up. We're sitting there waking up the morning. We're seeing all this stuff on Twitter last year, X this year. And we're like, wait. And then all of a sudden 2:00 comes and goes. And it's like,
nothing happens.
So do the Vikings make a trade for a quarterback today? I woke up this morning on X with Jameis Winston is a very serious. They're trying to make things happen. So I don't think that's a good. Jameis Winston has never.
A couple of our listeners put on our Facebook page about, Andy Dalton. Do you want Andy Dalton? And so this is my case for Andy Dalton is you trade for him and you give Hall the reins and see how he does. And if he doesn't play well, you got some pretty easy games coming up. You can throw Dalton in there and the guy can he's still got a rocket for an arm and he can still get it to JJ. But I think you need to, I put on there, stand pat. You said Winston, you texted me that this morning. I don't know. I mean, I think they go and sign a free agent is what they do. I don't think they trade for anybody. That's just that's my thoughts. They said they have this competitive rebuilding plan.
And I don't think you want to give up draft picks at this point to put a Band-Aid on.
Right. I did read something last night. Kyler Murray, they had, he's healthy, all that stuff. Well,
he would make things. I mean, the problem with Kyler Murray is you're bringing in a total 360 of a quarterback.
He's your future. He instantly becomes your future.
But then your OC now all of a sudden has to adapt the next 6 games on how we're going to use Kyler Murray. He's no longer a pocket passer. Now you got to roll him out. You
got to roll him out. But I don't know. I don't think you want to do that. I think what this injury does, and I think this makes Kirk Cousins a Viking next year, is what it does.
Mm-hmm.
This are you laughing about that, or are you like you're saying?
No, he should be a Viking next year. There should be no questions. I mean, obviously he's not going to be ready for regular season in week number 1.
Right.
Unless he's Aaron Rodgers. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is ready to play today, I guess, from what I heard and what I've seen.
That's what they're saying. I don't know. I don't know. Let's trade wise. I don't think there's anybody out there unless you can get Andy Dalton for a sandwich. I would do it.
I don't think there's a good enough sandwich out there to.
Well, are you gonna? What do you get for an Andy Dalton or a Jameis Winston? What do you get? Do you get a 4th round? I don't think they're worth that much, are they?
No.
Is Carolina going to trade with the Vikings for a 6th round pick? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. All right. Well, there's that. We'll see what they do.
The Bears overnight decided to let Jalen Johnson go hunt out a trade, which I seem at first I was shocked by it. And then I start rewinding the last couple of weeks thinking, that I think this has been kind of the works. I think they've been on the outs with Johnson because he was a scratch last weekend going into the weekend, which supposedly he was sick on Monday, sick on Tuesday, felt better on Wednesday, felt great on Thursday. Friday had a setback and they scratched him.
So,
okay, so this is Eberflus and Poles and all these guys getting together. Okay, whether it was we don't want him here anymore, hopefully we trade him. Justin Fields last week was ruled out on Tuesday or Wednesday from playing this past weekend. Matt Eberflus goes into his press conference yesterday as they're already talking. Fields is gaining strides. He's getting better. He should be able to start. They ruled him out yesterday. So is there a Justin Fields trade going on today?
I don't.
Is Atlanta going to pull the trigger? And I think Ryan Poles is infatuated with draft capital.
Okay.
It just seems that if he can get another 1 or a 2 this year, and then Jalen Johnson, you could get a late 2, early 3. I don't know what Johnson would be worth. But
so forgive me for not knowing. What does he play? Is he a cornerback?
Yep. He's D-back, and he's
okay.
He's one of the top. He's one of the top 10. I mean, best on the Bears. I mean,
okay.
But looking at money wise, he's not a top 3 cornerback. That I don't think he's going to get that money. But
okay,
they're saying Johnson's asking price is way too high.
Yeah,
because they're restructuring his deal, trying to sign him. But I think he's asking for the moon, and it comes to a point where the Bears are probably saying, we just can't afford to pay that.
Right. So
which I don't blame him.
Just somebody said Tannehill is coming to the Vikings. Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, it could be, and then Derrick Henry will follow him.
Oh man,
because you got to get a running back too.
No, I know. So the Bears. I don't think they're going to trade Fields. I don't think you think they're going to trade Fields.
No.
Is that what you're thinking? Are you feeling that?
No,
are you feeling?
I'm not feeling that. No,
okay.
It just seems weird that they would rule him out on Monday.
Okay.
Trade deadline already. Was that the reason why he didn't play this last weekend?
Right.
Because he was supposedly pretty much ready to play, but now all of a sudden Monday after a loss, all of a sudden he is.
But he's got a dislocated thumb, right? I mean,
yeah.
Throw the ball.
Yep.
And I've dislocated things.
But before. Matt Eberflus run the football.
Yeah. Okay. There you
Justin
go.
Fields is not a pocket passer, and I think that's the problem. I think they're turning him into a. I just don't get it. They're turning him into something he isn't.
Okay, so you're saying trade him. That's kind of where you're going.
No, I'm not saying trade him.
I'm
saying if you can't take him as the quarterback that he is, Eberflus and Getsy need to get out of town. Those two need to be gone.
Can they trade them away
and bring in Jim Harbaugh and let's play some freaking football next year with a number 1 and 3 pick next year, and we are gonna be the NFC North champions next year if we get that taken care of. Fields at quarterback, Harbaugh at coach, Eberflus Getsy gone.
You trade him for a ham sandwich to the CFL, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you just cut him. I'm surprised that Eberflus still has a job.
I hope to heck that they get Harbaugh because he just smells like a headache and drama all over.
No,
he does.
No. Harbaugh would snap that franchise into shape. Look what he's done to Michigan. He's turned that place around, man, defensively.
Yeah.
And don't say it's a cushy schedule. It's not.
They play in the Big Ten, dude.
Yeah, well, you know what? Every team plays 7 cushy games, and it all counts on the big ones.
Oh, you're crazy. You're
I know.
crazy. I hope he comes to Chicago because then I can listen to you complain about him in about 2 years.
Easy, big fella.
All right. Hey, my buddy Mike chimed in. How close we honestly think the Vikings are. Might be worth letting the current team ride to get into that draft for our franchise guy. Well, Jefferson's still young. What do you think of that? I think Steenie, you're on the right path, my brother.
He is. Yep.
He's on the right path. Stick around.
The Vikings are close. I mean, I said it last week that they should be going to the NFC Championship year. Now Cousins gets hurt and blows up my whole
way to go,
prediction.
buddy. What do you freaking put him on the Madden freaking curse or what? So I don't know. All right, let's.
Who do you want me to talk about this week?
Yeah, let's talk about Jared Goff. I'm joking. We don't want people to get hurt. We don't want to get people hurt. So here's some rumors: Jacoby Brissett, Chase Young. What do you think?
Chase Young
To the Bears? It's going to happen.
Yeah, they heard that's what I heard. He's coming this afternoon, but
is he okay? And
I
heard
people say it's a joke.
Last week they were saying Chase Young to the Vikings, and I guess I wouldn't mind that at all.
But you guys are pretty decent up front, aren't you? I haven't watched enough games of the.
Yeah.
Here it says Bears looking to trade a second-round pick for Chase Young.
Okay.
But of course, remember that second-round pick we traded for Chase Claypool. See how that went with that Chase.
Yeah. Well, I think Chase Young's a little bit better than Chase Claypool.
Claypool just caught 2 passes for like 5 yards in Miami over the weekend. So
yeah.
But it's the Bears that are ruining Chase Claypool. Yeah. Where's Devontae Adams going?
That was my next guy on the list. What do you think?
Yeah.
Where's he going to go?
I don't know. I see this video that everybody tries to lip read, but he ends up, I think what he does say is, it says, tired of this effing bull is what he said.
Okay.
Because he did get overthrown 3 times while he was wide open. But Raider fans need to realize that Garoppolo has a back injury. And the way he was hobbling around with a back injury, you know what it's like to be hobbled up with a back.
I do. Yeah, because I'm
and these guys are, and he took a monster hit going for a first down run early in the game. Popped up, but I'm thinking that couldn't have helped the back out very well.
Right.
And after that, he wasn't even close on some of his deep throws.
So I could again. So if Adams wasn't in the same division as Kansas City, I could see him going there because Kansas City needs somebody else besides Kelsey to catch the ball. I don't think that's going to happen. Obviously, I could see him landing in Dallas with him and CD Lamb. That would be a pretty rough. I can't see that because you get your background on. What is it?
Well, it's a picture of. It looks like it's Keyshawn Johnson. I didn't think he was that big, but Jameis Winston running around. No, it's not Keyshawn Johnson, but it's Jameis Winston. Guy's swatting at his hands and he's not fumbling.
Oh, okay.
And then he puts the ball down and then he puts his fingers in the shape of a W.
Okay.
No. You still can't do that, can you?
I can't do that, man. My fingers don't work that way. So right now, Jalen Johnson, it says the Bills and the 49ers are in talks with the Bears on him.
The Bills and who?
The 49ers.
Yeah, because they said the Cowboys,
Cowboys are out.
Out, yeah, because it was too spendy.
Too spendy of a price. So so there's that. I don't know. What do you think? Adams, Cowboys? Or do they not want to pay for that?
I don't know. I think
that makes the offense freaking crazy, brother.
The bad thing is when Adams went to the Raiders, I was excited about it. He was excited about it because he's playing with his buddy, Derek Carr.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think the Saints are going to trade for him because Derek Carr's with the Saints now.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who else is going to go get him?
Yeah, I don't know
what on that. Danielle Hunter, Danielle Hunter, whatever you want to call him. He's got 4 different names according to us.
Yeah.
Does he go now? He's leading the NFL in sacks. And I don't think they get rid of him.
Why do we put a trade deadline on a Tuesday? That's what I want to know. Why don't they put it on like Thursday at noon? So you have the 3-4 days after a game.
I don't.
So now they're saying Ravens have reached out to the Raiders for Josh Jacobs.
Oh,
So the Ravens looking to bolster their backfield.
wow. Wow.
Yeah, so that one could be huge for all of you Josh Jacob fans. Or
We got breaking news. You ready for this? The Commanders and Bears have agreed to a trade that is expected to send Montez Sweat to Chicago for a 2024 second round pick.
Sweat, really?
Yeah.
I just said here, Brad thinks Montez Sweat will be on the Falcons or Bears by the end of the day.
Yep. So, well, he's going to be on the Bears.
He's a dude.
Yeah.
So what site were you on for that one?
That's X, and that's being reported by some guy from ESPN. We don't mention those guys' names on here.
Initials IR.
No, he's NFL Network. This guy's from ESPN, and his initials are ASS. I mean AS. Son of a.
Is it Rappaport? Is that you?
No, Schefter.
Oh, Rappaport just put it out 52 seconds ago. How long ago did Schefter put it out?
He put it out 1 minute ago. So
yeah, breaking news.
Breaking news. There you go.
Are in agreement on a massive trade.
Yeah. Yep. There you go.
I thought we would have Young. I'm surprised we're getting Sweat, but
well, hopefully the Vikings trade for Young. I think that would be a good move for us. Make that defense is coming together, brother. You know it is.
But the question is, Chad, are you buying or selling?
I want to buy.
Are you buying with Cousins going down though? What's the front office thinking?
Yeah. Well, I'm not in the Vikings front office, but
I know. But
if I was the Vikings, you give the ball to Jaron Hall and say, okay, buddy, this is your chance. Look, what wins championships, Nolan?
Defense.
there you go. There you go. You strengthen your defense, and then you
and that's what the Bears just did.
The Bears aren't going to win anything this year. You even know it.
I know.
You are.
I know.
But if you like Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl, you got to remember that, buddy. Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl.
Brad Johnson won a Super Bowl.
And who carried those teams? Defenses.
Yeah.
I like where this defense is going.
Jim McMahon won a Super Bowl.
Didn't have he had a pretty good season.
I'd like to tell you Walter Payton got him that Super Bowl, but they snubbed him so bad in that Super Bowl. I still feel sorry for him.
You're angry about that.
God. I am. I'm still angry for his son who just keeps bringing it up too, and it's just like,
yeah. So no, it looks like it's a done deal.
Yeah,
they've been in talk with both Chase
second round draft pick next year.
Yeah. So there you go.
Well, Tom Brady could come to the Vikings with an elite offensive line, possibly the best passing weapons in the league, a defense allowing 15 points per game, and the opportunity to seal his GOAT legacy for bringing a Lombardi trophy to Minnesota.
Right. Let's talk TB12. Okay. Would you do it if you were him?
I would.
Would you?
You're going to a dome.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you look at the rest of your schedule. They already played Chicago outside. I think they already played.
Yeah, they just played Green Bay. They just, this past Sunday.
So, how many dome games do you have left?
I mean, that's what they should be going all in on that, dude.
If they do, Chad, I mean, I've never been a real I'm not a Viking fan.
I know that. I know that. You.
But it would be interesting to watch. It'd be very interesting to watch because I'd rather see them win the division
than the Lions.
So the next games are at Atlanta, Dome. Vikings, Dome. Broncos. He's played in New England before, so hey, that's a cakewalk. Bears at Vikings.
Dome.
Vikings at Raiders.
Dome.
They go to the Bengals, which is outside, but
Yeah.
Brady can play in the cold. He's
Yeah.
fine.
Oh yeah.
And then Vikings, Lions.
Yeah. So
2 games outside.
2 games outside.
And then playoffs. Playoffs?
Playoffs. Yeah.
I don't think the Vikings do it though, just because we're expecting it. Not expecting it, but we're wanting it. We're probably in a minority that say Tom Brady, because I think there's enough people that have probably already written Tom Brady off thinking, hey, he's retired. No big deal, right?
I don't know. I think you make the phone call. If you're the Vikings, I'm sure they already have. Like, hey, any interest?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Is the Roethlisberger thing? I don't know if that's true or not. You know, I can't believe everything I read on the internet. You don't have the Scheffners and that reporting on it right now, but we'll see. Yeah, I don't know. Buddy. It's going to be interesting. And then
and the Bears have $110 million next year to spend. That's a lot of money.
What are they going to spend it on? Harbaugh? I hope so. He smells like drama and a headache. I hope they get that SOB. You're gone.
No,
you want me to kick you out of the studio?
Yeah, I'll take your studio and I'll. No, I like what the Bears did.
Yeah, that's a good.
We have 4 hours, 10 minutes for the Vikings to try to figure out what they're gonna do.
Yeah. So we got one more breaking news, and this could be your next gig. Dick Bramer has retired from broadcasting from the Minnesota Twins.
Really?
Yeah. 40 years.
I think you got to know somebody to get over there, though.
Well, let's start the write-in candidacy for Nolan Dix as the new Twins play-by.
I mean, here's my resume right here, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm on episode 44 of my cast pod.
You got it, buddy. What's the worst they can tell you? You apply for it. What's the worst they can tell you?
Yeah,
no. Yeah. I don't know. You've done play-by-play. How many years you been doing play-by-play, brother? 20?
30 years. 31. This is my
31 years
year
of play-by-play. It's time. It's time for you to go next level, brother.
All right, you get on that push over in Minnesota. And
I got you.
Tell them I'll be out. You know, do you realize we're still going to the Bears-Vikings game on that Monday night?
Yeah, I got to send you money. I forgot all about that.
That could be about the most worthless game that we're ever going to go to, other than the Bears-Vikings game that Jacob and I went to 2 years ago when we had to watch Andy Dalton shred the Vikings in the first half. And then
I tell you what, man, Dalton has always had the Vikings number, so I don't think that would be a bad thing for him to do that. But that's just me. I don't know. It's exciting. Trade deadline's always exciting.
It is. And there's teams that are not going to do a thing. And there's some that are.
Yeah. Here's reaching. Score North. Classic Kirk. Minnesota players say, don't be surprised if you still see Kirk Cousins wearing his helmet during games, even though he's out for the season. He's still going to wear the helmet because everybody made the big deal about the helmet earlier this year.
My other question for you, Chad.
Yes.
Which would have been when we had our last podcast. That'd have been Friday, right? Not yesterday.
Not yesterday's, yeah.
But Friday.
When I said that.
Who did I say that the World Series MVP was going to be?
Craig Seager. Right?
Corey.
Is that his name? Corey. Yeah, Craig's dead. Never mind.
Craig Sager.
Craig Sager has passed away. All right.
This is Seager.
Yeah.
Corey Seager.
Yeah.
It's a bomb last night.
Yeah. And I still have the text.
Oh
There it
yeah,
was.
we've got video footage of myself.
Nolan, of you doing good stuff.
So Rangers are up 2-1.
Yep.
Game 4 is tonight.
You're on it, brother. You're on it.
Yeah.
And
so,
then
yeah, I try not to get overly excited for I still remember on the trade deadline. Wasn't it the trade deadline when we trade for Jared Allen, or did we just sign him? I think
The
we just
Vikings?
signed him.
Or you guys signed him.
Yeah, we just signed him as a big
Yeah.
that was our big free agent.
Yeah, and he was terrible that year, right?
Yeah.
What about Tommy Kramer? What, you think Tommy could come back, give him a couple brewskis and let him rip?
Oh, only if Dave Osborne is your offensive coordinator.
There you go.
Officially, Montez Sweat is a Bear.
It's a done deal.
The former first rounder brings length and speed, sending Chicago second, likely a top 40. Is expensive, but there's less risk than the CP trade.
Yep.
Time will tell if it's worth it.
Yep. So if the season ended today, it would be the 35th pick overall for the Commanders.
Yeah.
So there you go. Well,
and it says almost no chance that the Vikings deal Hunter.
Yep. I don't think he's going anywhere. So,
and you got meetings all this afternoon?
Yeah, I might be able to jump on between 1:30 and 2 if just depends on how long that first meeting goes. We're scheduled till 1:30, but it always goes a little bit past, and then I got to jump in at 2:00. So, but
okay.
If we can do a recap tonight if you want. But you probably got some place to go, don't you?
Yeah. Well, it's Halloween too. You know, we don't want to.
Oh, yeah.
You got to hand out candy, buddy. My only thing is, you know, you're looking to trade Jalen Johnson. Why aren't we trading Velus Jones?
I don't know.
The wide receiver that dropped another wide open touchdown.
I don't know.
Ryan Poles is like in love with Jones, but we'll get rid of Jalen Johnson, who's one of the.
It's hard to think
Fields, 100% the type of rehab project Quezzy loves.
We don't want Justin Fields.
All right. What if you get him?
Well, then we love him.
I mean, then he'll be the best thing since buttered bread.
Yeah. I don't know what you do for the Vikings. I think you go for it. So
says here now I see on SB23 no quarterbacks are in town for the Vikings. I don't see them making any trades. In Hall we trust. So whoever posted the Big Ben thing is
it was
pretty much saying, hey, look, kids, Big Ben.
Are you driving around in that frickin'
roundabout?
There you go. I couldn't think of what it was. So all right, buddy. I got to get ready. So got some things I got to present.
Okay.
So we'll chat soon.
Thing I hate about this day is my battery dies so quick because I keep refreshing on X.
Well, then just plug it in.
I'll let Rappaport and Schefter do it. I'll just
and we'll whack it out.
So. Yeah.
All right, man.
All right. Maybe we'll talk later.
You sound good.
All right. See ya.
Yeah.